We're going to look at a couple of examples of dividing complex numbers. So just like when we were dividing radicals, when we divide complex numbers, we're not truly dividing, we're just changing the form so that we don't have an I or a complex number left in the denominator. So we are going to need to form the conjugate of the denominator, sometimes called the complex conjugate. Our complex conjugate here will be 3 minus 4i. We've got our 3, we've got our 4i, and the operator in between them is plus. It's the opposite of what the original operator is. And now we're going to multiply by a form of 1 made out of this conjugate. So I'm going to put 3 plus 4i in both the numerator and the denominator of a fraction. And now I'll multiply my original fraction by this new fraction. So I have 10 times 3, which is 30, 10 times 4i, which is 40i. And in the denominator, now I have 3 times 3, which is 9, 3 times 4i, which is 12i, negative 4i times 3, which is negative 12i, negative 4i times 4i, which is negative 16i squared. Okay, so our numerator can't simplify, but in our denominator, we have a positive 12i, we have a negative 12i, those will cancel out. So I have 9 minus 16i squared. So I have 30 plus 40i in the numerator. And I have to remember that I squared equals negative 1. So my denominator becomes 9 minus 16 times negative 1, or 9 plus 16. And simplifying that further, I have 30 plus 40i over 25. Okay, so now let's put this in the form a plus bi. So in order to do this, I think it's easier to separate the fractions. So I have 30 over 25 plus 40 over 25i. And now we can see if our fraction simplifies or reduces. So in the first one, I can cancel out 5s. 30 divided by 5 is 6. 25 divided by 5 is 5. So I have 6/5. And my second fraction, I can also cancel out 5s. 40 divided by 5 is 8. 25 divided by 5 is 5. So I have 8/5. So now I have 6/5 plus 8/5 I. And that is my solution. It's just another form of my original fraction. Let's look at one more example. Here I have 2 plus 3i over 1 minus 4i. Let's see if we can try to formalize the steps a little bit. Let's multiply by a form of 1 built from the conjugate of the denominator. So I need the conjugate of the denominator. So I have 1 minus 4i. I'm going to take my 1, my 4i, and change the operator in between them. So my conjugate is 1 plus 4i. And now I'm going to multiply my original fraction by a fraction built out of this conjugate. So I have 1 plus 4i over 1 plus 4i. And now I'll multiply. So I have 2 times 1, which is 2. 2 times 4i, which is 8i. 3i times 1, which is 3i. 3i times 4i, which is 12i squared. And I think I'll change my color for my denominator. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 4i is 4i. Negative 4i times 1 is negative 4i. Negative 4i times negative 4i is negative 16i squared. So now we'll combine like terms. In my numerator, I have 2. My 8i and my 3i combine to form 11i. I need to remember that I squared equals negative 1. So here I have 12I squared, or 12 times negative 1, or negative 12. So I have negative 12 up here. My denominator, I have 1. 4i and negative 4i will combine to form a 0, so they cancel out. I have a negative 16i squared. Remember, I squared is negative 1, so this becomes plus 16. So let's simplify again. So I have 2 plus negative 12. I have negative 10 plus 11i. And on my denominator, I have 1 plus 16 is 17. And then we will put this in the form a plus bi. So here, if I look at separating it, I have negative 10 over 17 plus 11 over 17i. And here my fractions do not simplify, so this is my end results.